Chapter 14, Self-Test D and E. We're looking at the approach to the seventh in different examples. And then in section E, we're going to write them ourselves. So the first one is example 1410. 1410, it's on page 225. And if you'll find the 5-7 here, you'll see that we're in the key of B flat. So we have an F7 chord, root position, and I'm looking for the seventh. So I say to myself, F, A, C, E flat. Here's the E flat coming in on beat 1. Seventh chord is on beat 2. So it comes in by same tone, see that? And resolves by stepping down. So this is a suspension figure. I write that right over the seventh. Okay? The second example is right below it, the 5-7 here. In the key of C, so we have a G7. And the seventh is actually marked. That's the leading tone going up to C, but that's not what we're looking for. We're looking for the seventh of the chord. G7, G, B natural, D, F. Looking for the F, and I find that in the viola part here. This is an F in viola clef, alto clef, resolving down, approached by step up. So that is a neighbor figure. Okay, is that clear? Let's look at number 3 now. And this is on page 231, the Mozart Sonata. Everyone see that? Okay, so we have in the key of C another 5-7 chord, G7, and I'm looking for the seventh again, just as in the last example. This is an F, but this time, yes, it resolves down, but it's approached from the note above, G, F, E. So this is a what? Passing figure. Okay. The next one they asked us to look at is number 4. Example 1422. This is on page 232. And this is the Mozart Horn Concerto. So this is the 5-4-3 chord here that we're looking at in the third bar. So this is an E flat 7 chord because we're in A flat. The fifth is in the bass. I'm looking for E flat, G, B flat, D flat. And here I find it in the violins, where I see that again it is ascending. Unusual because the seventh doesn't resolve down, but remember we talked about that. When it's a 5-4-3, it acts like a 6-4-3, acts like a passing 6-4. So this is an ascending line 1, 2, 3. Okay, in the key of A flat, you can see that in the bass. First degree of the scale, second degree, third degree, and the seventh is going along with it, ascending passing tone. So this is a passing figure again. All right, and the last one is over here on the facing page 233, the Beethoven. We have a 5-4-2, so that tells us the seventh is in the bass. And it resolves down. It leaps up. Okay, so that is an appoggiatura figure. A, P, P, F. All right. And then you can write those here in your section D. Now let's look at section E. So 5-6-5. In the key of A, and we need to get that key signature there. Fat cats go. Fat cats go. They're asking for a suspension figure. So first I'm going to put what's in the bass line here. And E7 we're talking about, that would mean the third's in the bass, so there's the G sharp. Which happens to be the leading tone, so I'm going to complete that as well and write leading tone on it. Okay, the seventh of E7, E, G, B, E, G sharp, B, D, is going to be a D. Now, when you check the resolutions in the back of the book after working these through yourselves, you may find that this is in a different voice. That's fine. That's the 7th, and it's going to resolve down, and I'm going to mark it that way. Suspension figure means it comes in from the same note. So there's a D. Then I need to figure out what chord would work with a D in it. So it could be D major in the key of A, that would be A4. It could be the 3rd of a chord of B minor, that would make it a 2. Whatever you like, whatever fits the best there, okay? Let's look at number 2. So this is in the key of D minor. Give myself a B flat in the key signature. And then 5-4-3, that is an A7. But 4-3 means the 5th is in the bass, so here's my E. G is the 7th. And there it is. Resolves down like so. And they want it to be a neighbor figure. That means I have to go up and then down. It would have to be an ascending neighbor. Again, I asked myself, what in D minor has an F? What chord? Well, the 1 chord for sure, or it could be a first inversion, 1-6. The 3 chord, F major, but that's not going to go to 5. And the 6 chord. But again, 6 won't go to 5. So my only possibility is a 1 or a 1-6. And I'm probably going to take it to a 1. Okay? So complete that the way you would like. Number 3. We're in the key of F here. Again, a B flat. Move it over here. Okay. So, since it's 5-4-2, I have a C7. I know that's my 5-7 chord in F, and I know that the 7th is in the bass. There's my B flat. It resolves down, and when it resolves down, remember this with the 5-4-2, it's because it goes down to A, and I want to go to a 1 chord. This is going to be a 1 chord in first inversion, right? Remember, 5-4-2 resolves to 1-6. All right. Coming in as a passing tone means I need to come in from the step above, which would be a C. Well, what has a C in it? A 5 chord has a C, right? That's the root of the 5 chord. A 3 chord, that won't work. 3 can't go to 5. Or a 1 chord, but the 1 chord would be a 6-4. So that will not work because this is not one of the 3 types of 6-4s. If it were here, but here we don't know if this is passing, pedal, or cadential because we don't know what came before. Okay? There's your 7th, and it should be marked. And the approach is as a passing figure. Okay? Number 4 is interesting. We have a 5-7 in the key of E minor, so get the F sharps in the key signature. And then we're talking about a B7 chord here. So the root is going to be in the bass, and the 7th is somewhere in one of the upper voices. It will be an A, going down to a G, right? Okay, now I just need to leap up somehow. I have lots of choices, actually. Let's see. I could leap up from a D sharp. That seems like kind of an awkward leap. It's a diminished 5th. But remember, you can do a diminished 5th, a diminished leap, as long as it resolves by step in the other direction. And that would be a 7 diminished chord, if I do that. Probably an inversion. Or I could use an F sharp. That would leap up to the A, and that would probably be part of the 2 chord. Could be. Or how about an E? If I leap up from an E, that could be part of the 1 chord. It could be part of the 4 chord. Your choice. Okay? So here's where you can get creative with your appoggiatura. You'll see this again in the workbook homework and on the test. So make sure that it's really clearly understood. Work through all 4 parts, and then check your answers in the back of the book on page 604 for possible solutions. Good for you.